As an international student, you will agree with me that our educational system in our country is quite different from the UK educational system. Because of this, so many international students have so many problems. They encounter a lot of problems during their course of study. We decide to put together some problems that international students are facing or might face when they come to UK to study, in order for people that are just coming to learn and for people that are already on ground to have an idea about what they are going to encounter as an international student in the UK. So this video is basically all about problems that international students might encounter while studying in the UK. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You might be wondering that who is this person beside me? So guys, this is my lovely husband, Dr. Inview. Mr. Shell Seido introduce himself, and you will understand why I brought him to my channel today, so that he will explain, talk about some of this problem and some solutions. So the floor, you have the floor.
I am who she says I am. International student, former student union officer,
Yeah,
and an active student voice advocate,
yeah.
and also an active researcher. Basically, I have seen it, been there, done that, and I just want to share a little bit of what I've seen as my own personal experience and experience of some other persons. So, basically, as an international student, we have decided to leave our comfort zone, which is home, from wherever India, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Rwanda, mention it, from wherever we've come from. This is very important. So we were comfortable back home, and when we get here, some of the mistakes international students want to make is they want to replicate that comfort immediately. Some persons have enough and they can easily achieve that comfort that they used to have from back home, but not everybody have that. So in trying to replicate that comfort, um, so many things are affected. I'm going to start with my number one point here, which is school fees. The UK system is so beautiful that you are allowed to pay part of your school fees while you start your studies, and you pay the rest on installment or whichever plan your university has. So many international students make that mistake of creating comfort while foregoing school fees, and then that's where the problem starts. You don't pay your school fees, you get locked out of your Blackboard or whichever system your university uses, and then you miss assessments, you miss classes, and it just keeps going like that. So I would always advise international students, strive to pay your school fees. While we are trying to create the comfort we're talking about, also some international students make the mistake of getting to the UK and becoming their family savior. Family is important. When all is said and done, your family is what is left with you, but not at the expense of your stay in the United Kingdom, not at the expense of your degree, your certificate, whatsoever that brought you down here. So many persons get here and they start, daddy needs to pay something, grandma step on a blade, my cat, yeah, thunder and lightning struck my cat at home, I need to send this 1,000 rupees, naira, dollars, whatever. No, find your feet first, pay your school fees, get it out of the way. You will sleep better when you pay your school fees. And I'm going to move that into accommodation. Some of the mistakes also that international students make is in accommodation. You find out that international students, some international students sign accommodation contract from back home. And then when they get here, they don't like what they see. I don't want to take it. A contract is a contract as far as the United Kingdom is concerned. And also, because you signed that accommodation, they take it off the market and someone else cannot take it. And when the school is in session, everybody is fixed. Yeah. If you say you don't want it, they will ask you to pay for it. So my advice is, make sure you don't sign any agreement whilst you're back home, especially as far as accommodation is concerned. Yes, I understand you might be thinking, oh, what will I do when I get there? It's either you sign and live with it, or you don't sign at all, and then you get here, you see with your both eyes. The university always have accommodation services. Every university has that. So trust me, it's either you use the university services or you just don't sign that agreement. Even I'm sure the university will tell you don't sign. The number 3 thing I'll talk about is racism. I have not experienced racism for once in the last couple of years that I've been in the UK. But so many persons have recorded being verbally, racially abused systematically. Some were even thrown eggs at. What I would say is, if you are ever subject to any racist abuse, get facts, get details, go to the police. Don't fight back. As a matter of fact, I would advise don't talk back. Get the details, get names if you can get names. If it's a company, if it's an office, get real details. Go to the police. Go to your university administration. If it's within your accommodation, go to the administration of your accommodation. Do not go physical on anybody. You will lose. The moment you raise your fist, you lose. The moment you start talking back, you see the witnesses. They will not see the person that have racially abused you. They will see your color. They will not listen to what is coming out of your mouth. See, I am one for speaking up. Like I said, I'm a student voice advocate. You are allowed to say, oh, that is rude. Oh, I don't like it. Please stop it. But don't go berserk. You the craze. Are you stupid? Blah, blah, blah. No, don't do that. You forfeit your fighting chance. So for racism, just take it to the authorities, whichever authorities you have in front of you. And then the last bit before I move into academics would be work-life balance. It is so hard for international students. It is so hard. We're trying to raise school fees. We're trying to pay bills. We're trying to study. It is very hard to balance it. One thing you should not do as an international student is work beyond your 20 hours. Please don't do it. Please and please and please don't go beyond your 20 hours. It is very hard, I understand. So if it's possible that you have a spouse, please come down with your spouse and work together with your spouse. Today is not a day of couple discussion, so I'm not going to talk much about that, but try and balance it.
Or even from home, get some fees, you know.
Exactly. You can also raise some money from back home. If you trust them at home, let them use whatever stuff to get a loan for you. Please pay it back. So many people have taken loans that they did not pay back, and it's making it very hard to get loans and whatever. So if someone help you from back home, pay it back. But the thing is, get that balance. We've had news of people dropping. You don't want to drop in this country. That's the truth. If you drop and you claim a headache, they will tell you to use paracetamol. If it does not go very far, you will not get any other form of attention. Take paracetamol and go away. So trust me, you need to balance everything. Also, you need your brain to function well to study. Masters is not a joke. Studying in here is not a joke. It is called autonomous study. They teach you a little and you need to study more. You need to build that little into so much more. PhD, MPhil, MRes, whichever one, it is an autonomous study. You are your teacher. While you have
masters too.
Yes, while you have lecturers, you are your own teacher. So you actually need your brain to function very well. You can't tell me you've done 4 nights in a row and you need to study on Friday. I can bet it with you. Your Friday is useless completely. We've been there. So many people will agree that it won't work. So I'm going to move on to academics now. Like I have said earlier, oftentimes as international students, our minds are divided. We are distracted. People from home think we've arrived and they are calling. If you have a girlfriend, she wants your attention. If you have families, they want your attention. So your attention is really divided, and it does take a toll on academics. One thing I would say is the most problem international students have with their academics is attendance. And now it has gotten so bad that the UKVI is shining a really giant light on attendance. Even for PhD students now, as free as PhD is, they sign attendance and send it to UKVI every month. So how much more someone that needs to go into a class? The UKVI receives all of these details and data. So one thing international students need to do is, whilst you are hustling and trying to make ends meet, make money, give attention to everybody, make sure you don't fall behind on attendance. And then some of the other things that happen is, in class, Some international students are lucky enough to be the only type, their only type in the class. So you stand out in your class. That way you see that you cannot miss your attendance. And also I would also say that international students fail to make an impression. We come with a lot of knowledge, a lot of intelligence, but you don't make impression in class. What do I mean by impression? Ask questions, puzzle your teachers. It is an autonomous study. They expect you to study ahead, come back with questions, come back with problems. Be the one puzzling. Be ahead of this class. If it is fine when we are graduating and we see a lot of distinctions and all like that, but you need to actually work for this distinction. They don't just give it, they don't dash it out in this place. Also, another thing I'll talk about is cheating. We are from minority background. I hate to use that terminology. I'm not a minority. As a matter of fact, I am major in my space. I don't care what the system wants to talk about. But you see, when they talk about cheating, they look at us with two lenses. So as an international student, when you submit an assessment, already there are two lenses looking at it. Also, the university system in the UK seem to be a little bit alien to us from where we come from. So that adjusting period, when you score so much, already looks like something. So how do you cover for those times? Is when you're active in class, when you ask these questions, when you give contributions in class, when they look at your work, they know, okay, this one seems intelligent. But imagine they don't even know you, especially in the class where you have so many black students. They don't know you, they've not seen your face, and then you're scoring 86. They will have to scrutinize what you're writing. And then there's something that is called first time pass. First time pass is so important for international students. What do I mean by first time pass? Passing the very first time when you write an assessment. There are always a submission period or a receipt, but try to pass the very first time. And how do you do that? We'll talk about it when we talk about academics in the grand scheme of everything. But first time pass is so important because when you pass the first time in most of your courses, you tend to evade scrutiny. Already they know you as this guy always pass. But if you are the type that in a semester you're writing 4 courses, you fail 3. By the time you pass the 4th one, they will check it. How did you pass the 4th one? You've cheated. And I would advise, please and please and please, do not cheat. If you are caught for contract cheating is when you give your assessment to people to write for you. Punishable by expulsion. They will send you away. When they expel you from the country as well, and they ban you too. Trust me, when you hit that ban, you can't come back, and you probably can't go to the US or Canada, and maybe Australia and New Zealand as well. Yeah. So you really don't want to do that. Don't give your job to someone out there. I would never advise it. Don't think about it. Take your time, study. After all, we got the visa to come here. Forget Japan. The moment you are here, your leg is inside that ocean. You don't want it to take you away. You need to keep it rooted in the ground. Don't give your job to someone. And then other mistakes we do is AI. AI is acceptable. AI is here to stay. AI is like COVID. It's not going anywhere. It just keeps changing to different things. Understand, every university has policy on AI. Try to go and read the policy of the university on AI. Most of our people get called up for academic misconduct, and then you hear them, you say suspected use of AI. While there's no concrete evidence, you are sucked into that case. Your mental health is disturbed. So understand your university policy on the use of AI. I submitted an assessment 2 days ago, and I put there source OpenAI ChatGPT. I put it there point blank because I know the policy of my university. I know what is guiding the course I just submitted an assessment for. So understand the university policy on the use of AI. And then the last bit I'm going to talk about will be dissected very well in further videos. But so many international students make mistake with dissertation projects, your final project. I would advise as an international student, when you are choosing your topic niche, don't go back home. Please don't say a case study of Nigeria. You are not in Nigeria. If your research goes very well, they will not use it in Nigeria. You can contribute to Nigeria, but they will first use your research in the UK before you go to Nigeria. You can talk about Europe. And then I would advise for people that are working with data, if it's possible, work with a secondary data, a data that is already available. if it's possible, because so many people get caught for ethics violation when getting data. So people, they get caught for not getting data. See, we'll go into details
We'll
with
go in part 2 of this video, because this video, I don't want it to be too long.
Yeah.
We will talk about solutions to all this problem in the next video, and we'll talk more on this one particularly, because most international students have issue on this case a lot. And we will also talk about when you have issues, how you can talk with the SU, how the SU can help you in the next video. So guys, stay tuned. This video, make sure you watch the next video in order for you to understand how you can solve all those problems. Okay, so guys, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, I don't know what you're still waiting for. This channel is giving you all the information that you need. So guys, please go and subscribe right now. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Mr. Sheol, thank you for coming on our channel. So bye.